Hi everyone, my name is Jen Swati and I am going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a speech-language pathologist. I serve children ages 3 through 5th grade. I work for a special education cooperative in central Kansas and Salina, and that's where I'm based out of. That's where I provide all my therapy. But I live in Canopolis, so it's about a 35-minute drive. We have a family farm and sell vegetables. As a matter of fact, we're in very busy time right now. Farmers markets are starting up, so things are kind of crazy around here. I have 3 children. As a matter of fact, I had a baby just a few weeks ago, so I'm home on maternity leave and enjoying that time, and he's napping right now, so hopefully we can get through this. Any other information that you might like to know about me? Because I'm in special education, that's really what I'm gearing my leadership program to. My future goals are to be a special education administrator, and I just love the population. I love working in special education, so that's where my background comes from, and so that's where I'd like to go in the future too. As far as a reflection on the type of data that we use within my buildings and in my job, on the special education component, data and assessment drive absolutely everything that I do. Assessments are used to determine eligibility for special education services and then continued eligibility. Things like what a student may be eligible under, what kind of identification, if it was learning disabled or speech language impairment, other health impairment, those types of things all come from our assessments that we do. And then as far as data collection and analysis goes, it drives absolutely everything that I do in an individual session. So I take data every single day and every single session on each student, and then that kind of drives my therapy. In the regular education component, which I have less experience in, but some, we use data in my building both holistically, so we look at it as a school building and as a grade level, as well as then individual data collected on students. We have lots of assessments that are given quarterly. Our school does the MAP assessment, and then we also, in each classroom and grade level, do formative and summative assessments that are given kind of weekly and monthly. As far as a personal critique of my knowledge or how I use data, I've spoke a little bit about it, but as a part of my national certification for speech-language pathology, we have a code of ethics, and evidence-based practice is a huge component of that code of ethics. So I have to make sure that everything that I'm doing, I have evidence to support it, and that's where data and assessment all comes in. So I collect data on the treatment that I'm doing to say whether or not that's working. Should I try something different, or should we continue on with this course of therapy? I use it at each session to determine how to differentiate and the path for the next therapy session. So like with differentiation, I will use data. Say I have a student that we're working on a vocabulary task, and I'm giving them open-ended questions, and he is struggling, maybe has gotten 4 or 5 wrong. Then the next question I would maybe change my data and collect on how he does with a multiple choice answer. So that's kind of things that I do. Then I have to analyze all that information together quarterly to write a progress note to say, yes, the data suggests that he or she is going to meet their goal by the end of the IEP year. But we also use data on our student improvement team, which I sit on. So we put in interventions and then collect data on those interventions. And then we also sit as a building leadership team and look at the data for the whole building. So it's something that we do all the time, and something that it takes work to kind of learn how to collect data, but it's easier than you think, and it provides a wealth of information. So as far as improving what I already know and how I experience, I like to utilize the expertise of those around me. So we have a really fantastic literacy coach who helps collect data for our building. Again, I'm on the leadership team. I have some great administrators in special education, and so I go to them frequently And then my other colleagues also, where I just say, hey, this is what the data says, help me kind of process through it. Or asking, how can I collect data on this? And so I have some very helpful people that I work with. I also want to look for opportunities to work more with the data analysis aspects of education. Specifically, I'd like to spend some more time working in the regular education areas instead of just focusing on special education. And I also think having meaningful discussions with school leaders as to what our current data is revealing is important too. And then I'm obviously hoping that I can gain quite a bit of information from this course too. So I'm looking forward to learning with everyone, and I'm looking forward to sharing experiences and seeing what everyone else does as far as data collection and analysis as well. Thanks.